All right, boys and girls, so we are going to listen to a story called If You Were an Adjective, just to do a little bit of a review about adjectives, and then we'll be doing an activity today on Seesaw for adjectives as well. So here we go.
If You Were an Adjective by Michael Dahl, illustrated by Sarah Gray.
Looking for adjectives? Watch for the big, colorful words in the example sentences.
If you were an adjective,
Okay, so when it's reading, make sure you're looking for the big, colorful words, because those are going to be examples of the adjectives.
you would be colorful, brilliant, dazzling, feathery, many-legged, slimy.
If you were an adjective, you would work side by side with nouns. A noun names a person, place, or thing. As an adjective, you would be busy describing nouns. An elephant is a noun. If you were an adjective, you would tell us about the elephant.
The gray elephant is gigantic and wet. The sparkling water cools down the hot elephant.
If you were an adjective, you would tell us how a person, place, or thing looks.
The slender swimmer snaps a photo of the enormous whale in the deep blue water.
If you were an adjective, you would describe things.
The tiny kittens are fluffy. The little piglets are pudgy and pink. The colorful peacock's tail is big and bright.
If you were an adjective, you would describe how something sounds.
The howler monkey is loud. The boa's movement is silent. The quiet mouse watches and waits.
If you were an adjective, you would describe how something feels.
The alligator's back is rigid and bumpy.
If you were an adjective, you would describe how something behaves.
The fearless plover is careful when it picks at the alligator's teeth.
If you were an adjective, you might be a proper adjective. A proper adjective describes a specific object and is always capitalized.
In winter, the Arctic fox's coat turns white to blend in with the snow of the Alaskan tundra.
If you were an adjective, you could compare things. You would change your ending to show how things are different. You would be a comparative adjective if you compared two things.
The turtle is small. The tree frog is smaller.
You would be a superlative adjective if you compared three things.
The lion is fast. The antelope is faster. The swift is the fastest of the three. You could be bad, worse, worst, or good, better, best. If you were an adjective.
So boys and girls, adjectives describe the noun. They gave us lots of good examples in this book. I want you guys to look at this here activity because this is going to be one of the choice activities that you will be able to do today. It says directions. Write your name from top to bottom on a piece of paper. Now think of adjectives that describe you. Use the letters in your name as the first letters of the adjectives. For example, you might write, so just like we have a friend Michael in our class, this is an example of a somebody named Michael. And so you can see they wrote his name going down there in yellow. And then they used adjectives to describe themselves. So mysterious, intelligent, creative, happy, athletic, easygoing, loud. And then it says, then see if you can find adjectives to describe your friends. So that'll be an activity that you'll see on Seesaw. That is a choice one. And I will have an example with my name with adjectives that describe myself. So it'll be kind of fun to see what you guys come up with. All right, I think I'm going to let us do our quick break. And then we'll come back and finish up our lesson. All right, so now we're going to reread our Welcome Ducklings. And this time when we read it, I'm going to read it and then I want you to echo it back. So that means you read it just like I did. Be watching for those vocabulary words, ducklings. Remember, those are little baby ducks. Bugs. Well, we know what bugs are, but little ducklings will eat them. And plan means you know what's going to be happening. And then also while we're reading, be watching for some of those final consonant blends that we've worked on this week. Okay, here we go. My turn, your turn. So when I pause, you'll say it. Welcome, ducklings. Ducklings can walk when they are just 1 day old. They know how to swim too. The mother duck keeps her ducklings together so they will be safe. She teaches them how to find food. Ducklings find bugs and plants to eat in and by the water. When ducklings are 2 months old, they are able to fly. When it gets cold, they fly to a warmer place. Awesome. So now hopefully you spotted some final consonant blends. So just like we did yesterday, I'm going to go through and highlight some of those for us. So let's see. Ducklings can walk when they are just 1 day old. They know how to swim too. The mother duck keeps her ducklings together so they will be safe. She teaches them how to, oh, I see one. You see that Andy? Find food. Ducklings, oh, there's that find again. Find bugs, and you know what? At the end of plant, there's a nt. Plants to eat in and by the water. When ducklings are 2 months old, they are able to fly. when it gets cold, they fly to a warmer place. I was thinking that TS, but I was thinking of the ST. So, and you know, it's very possible there's more in there, but I think we're getting pretty good with those blends. You guys have been doing a nice job with those. Okay, so I just wanted to pop on now, and I'm going to share what you're going to do on Seesaw today. There are 2 activities, but I don't think either one will take you a real long time. The first one is in your shared reading book. So if you remember, that's that, go back a few pages here. That's this one here that I have, which most of you have. If you don't, remember, you can do it right here on Seesaw. Where did it go? I think I somehow, there it is. So you want to be on page 12. And so I'm going to challenge you guys to try to do these annotations. So here it says, circle a word that has the same old sound as like in cold. So you need to look through the text and find that word and circle it. Then in the first sentence, underline the plural noun. Remember, plural means more than one. So find the noun, person, place, thing, and then underline the one that has more than one. And then put a little, they call this an asterisk or a star, next to the important detail from the text. So like, what do you think is the most important thing? So give that a try. Just do your best. I know we haven't done a lot of these ones this year. We usually just kind of do these things together in class, but that's okay. Just give it your best try. And then for writing today, instead of assigning a different writing, I would like you to type on here something about what can ducklings do. Okay? So give these annotations a try and then do some writing about what ducklings can do. Okay, and lastly, there's an adjective activity on here. So this is what it'll look like. So you'll go and you'll add your response. And on here, you're going to see, I've done the first page for you. It's an example. So I had to come up with some words to describe this puppy. So I felt that he looks like he's probably soft. He's a small dog. I think he's cute. He looks happy. He's being quiet at the moment, and he's brown. So on the side there'll be 2 other pages for you, so you can see there's a monster. You are going to press the T and come up with at least 3 adjectives for the monster. I would love it if you did all 6, but try to get at least 3. And then also the same thing for the ice cream. So remember, think of your 5 senses when you're coming up with adjectives. Think about what do they look like, how do they feel, taste, touch, smell, hear. Think of words that will describe. And then you'll press the check mark to upload. And then I think you'll be done with your benchmark and writing activities for the day.